The 2014 Formula 1 season comes to a conclusion this weekend in Abu Dhabi, and a new world champion will be crowned come Sunday night. The two Mercedes drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, will fight it out over 55 laps of the Yas Marina circuit, with Rosberg looking to emulate his father Keke in winning the championship, and Hamilton hoping to take his second world title after taking his first back in 2008. So then we are here for a lap around the Yas Marina circuit and preparing for the new lap, coming onto the pit straight, a relatively short pit straight, and getting into 6th gear before braking beyond the 100 meter board down into 3rd gear, making sure not to clip the curb too much on the outside as it can throw you off anywhere, before coming through turns 2 and turn 3, and then eventually turn 4, which you've got to try and straight line as much as possible, getting up in 7th gear before braking down into 2nd gear for the tight chicane at turns 5 and 6. Keep it in 2nd gear before turning hard into turn 7, a hairpin which leads on to the longest straight on the circuit, and in fact one of the longest straights on the calendar. Around 1 kilometre long, this main straight in Abu Dhabi. Getting on the DRS now and up eventually into 8th gear this season, seeing as we've now got these 8-speed gearboxes, braking very late just before the 100 meter board down into 2nd gear for clipping the first apex, but not clipping that second apex because that will unsettle the car way too much. And now as we're coming towards the end of the 2nd sector, onto the 2nd DRS straight, the back straight on this Abu Dhabi circuit, and now from 7th all the way down to 2nd gear as we finish the 2nd sector into the technical final sector, once again holding it in 2nd gear through that triple chicane for a snap of oversteer. And now we come into turn 14 and now into turns 15 and 16, getting up into 5th, 6th and not 7th gear, but going down into 2nd gear for this very, very beautiful complex, coming underneath the Yas Hotel, holding it in 2nd gear and try and take as much speed as possible, but not getting too much on the curbs as that will definitely unsettle the car. And now coming through turn 20 and finally turn 21, 4th down into 3rd gear as we get a lot of oversteer on the exit, but still we do a 1 minute 43.4 I believe. And now as we take another look at the lap from the cinematic view, I'm just going to do a little bit of a very, very brief overview of the sort of previewing the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Obviously, we've got double points this weekend, and that could have a huge influence on the championship. Hamilton actually has a 17-point advantage over his teammate Rosberg as we go into this weekend. But obviously there's a 14-point gap between 1st and 2nd. So if Lewis finishes 2nd, there is absolutely nothing that Nico can do to try and win the world title. It is very much in Hamilton's hands. But if Lewis comes 3rd and Nico wins the race, then Nico will win the world championship. Obviously the double points rule has been controversial, and you know, if you guys could let me know your thoughts on the double points rule in the comments section, and I'd also love to hear who you guys think is going to win the world title. Obviously we know how much quicker this Mercedes car is than the rest of the pack, and you would expect Lewis, on the form that he's been in the 2nd half of the season, to be able to at least take 2nd place. And maybe Rosberg, you know, I think he'll just go all guns blazing into this weekend, and it'll be pretty clear that he's just going to, you know, try and bolt off for the win and hope that something bad happens to Lewis. But the Williams cars, well, as they have been for the whole 2nd half of the season, are going to be looking very strong. Obviously, there's 2 long straights on this circuit, but they could be hindered slightly in the 3rd sector, which is quite a technical sector. Which probably means that the Mercedes cars, in fact, are going to be quite dominant this weekend. But that just about concludes this video, guys. This has been sort of been the hot lap for Abu Dhabi, if you like. There's been no setup for it, as it wasn't the greatest of laps. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did in the comments section. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.